Today we consider uranium. An energy crisis is now looming, largely self-inflicted, caused by an over-reliance on energy sources that are not reliable. Meanwhile, uranium, the key ingredient to nuclear power, has gone through 15 years of underinvestment, shunned since the bubble of 2006, when another looming energy crisis around the peak oil narrative sent it moonwards. Now, the uranium price and uranium stocks are mushrooming again, and worryingly, uranium is all over the investment news. Time to buy or to run away? Perhaps a bit of both. Everyone should own some uranium in their portfolio. The potential is too enormous not to. Asymmetric bets and all that. With the UN's 2050 net zero target and the UK's Climate Change Act, we're going to need much more electricity for heating and for charging all those millions of electric vehicles. To meet these targets, the electricity supply will need to be both dramatically expanded and become much more reliable. The solution lies in nuclear power. It can provide huge amounts of reliable, affordable, clean and almost infinitely renewable electricity. It's such an obvious solution, and investors will want to invest in it. That investment will enable us to get there quicker. That is why everyone should own some uranium in their portfolio, because of its silver bullet potential. Yet, we remain reliant on energy sources that are far less green, from fossil fuels to wind farms and solar, because the energy debate has been politicised and corrupted, often by those with their snouts in the trough of government subsidy. Anti-nuclear campaigners have successfully persuaded most of the public, politicians and the media that nuclear energy is unsafe, despite the fact that it has the best safety record of any energy technology. Environmental concerns such as waste disposal have largely been solved. Even environmentalists such as James Lovelock, author of Gaia Theory, Baroness Bryony Worthington, a lead author of the Climate Change Act, and activist Mark Linus, even they support it. But embracing uranium is too politically toxic for today's career-orientated politicians. Because of the anti-nuclear propaganda, regulation requires multiple layers of safety in nuclear plant design. The process is complex, slow, expensive, cumbersome. It takes years to complete. The long lead time between building and operation gets even longer and deters investment. Many recent proposals for nuclear power stations in the UK have been abandoned altogether. Then, an incident such as Fukushima comes along, and the adoption of nuclear is put back another half generation. That is why uranium as an investment is shunned and doomed. The time to invest is when no one is talking about it, not when everyone is, such as now with the spot price spiking. Despite all the current excitement, it's not as though there is a sudden rush to build more nuclear reactors, or if there is, I've missed it. There have been many false dawns in the uranium market. There was one in 2020. My concern is that this might be another. The uranium spot price went from around $7 per pound at the turn of the century all the way to $140 in 2006. When it moves, and it moves fast. Uranium mining companies went up by even more than Bitcoin. Then the bubble popped and everything fell through the floor. By 2020, it looked like a bottom had been found around the $40 per pound mark, and then the price rallied to $70. It proved to be a sucker's rally that was knocked out dead by the Fukushima disaster. That kicked off another price decline that went on for years, as bear markets do. By mid-2016, we were trading below $20. But since then, the price has found a bottom. It's spent a lot of time meandering around the $20 mark. It's not going to go any lower than the 2016 lows. That much is clear. And it's started creeping up. In 2018-19, it ranged around the $25 area. Post-COVID, it spiked north of $30, then came back to $28. Now suddenly it has spiked again, and we're staring down the barrel of $50. Sorry about the wind. It could almost triple, and we would still only be around the 2006 highs. What happens if it goes above them? There is a lot of potential. One way to play this theme is through uranium mining companies, but many of the developers don't actually do anything. They just sit on assets and raise money when the market gets hot, such as now. They are not going to start building mines until there is a change in regulation. That will come eventually, but as I say, I've seen too many false dawns. Many miners have doubled, tripled and quadrupled in the last couple of months. They can quickly fall back to where they started. Do not get FOMO. Markets reward the patient. If you want to own uranium, developers and explorers, hold out for a re-rating, go for it. But wait until markets are asleep and boring. The safest way to play uranium right now is by betting on the spot price of the metal itself. It's less racy, but your risk is lower. There are various vehicles. Yellow Cake in the UK is one example, and it's been set up with that purpose in mind. It's basically a uranium holding company. You buy the shares and hope the value of its uranium stockpiles increases. Personally, I would wait. You want to own some uranium in your portfolio. Nuclear's potential is enormous, but I've seen what happens with uranium stocks. Fortune favours the patient. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with another video very soon.